Hey, how's everybody going? It's Grim. So today I'm going to be making a video that I never have done before, and it draws a little bit of similarity and inspiration from the Anime Man series, where I believe this is called the Monthly Otaku Review. I'm just going to be going over pretty much the same things that he does, except in my own way. So I'm going to be going over some of the manga I got in the last month, some of the anime I started, video games, all that kind of stuff, Pokemon cards, collectibles, you name it, I'm going to talk about it. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into it. First thing I want to talk about is manga. A couple things that I got in the past month are Blood on the Tracks issue 5, Chainsaw Man issue 4, just like the new releases. I got Jujutsu Kaisen issue 1. I'm super excited to start that. And that's pretty much it I got for manga. I've been going a little bit slower on the manga in recent times. No particular reason for that, just because I guess I want to spend more money on games and stuff. But yeah, now I guess let's talk about some games that I've been looking at for the past couple months that I got. So recently I just got the Devil May Cry 3, not the special edition. It was the first release of Devil May Cry 3. So if you didn't know, originally when Devil May Cry 3 was released in the US, they kind of misprinted it, I guess, and so that's where the special edition of all the Devil May Cry games came from. If you're a fan of the Devil May Cry games, you know that 3, 4, and 5 have special editions with DLC or extra characters or whatever it may be. And one thing that they all have in common is Virgil is a playable character, which is Dante's brother. And so the way that this whole idea spawned is off of Devil May Cry 3. The special edition kind of fixed up a lot of the problems that the original had, and the original it was printed to be harder because a survey was taken and a lot of the American people said that they prefer their hack and slashes to be harder, while the Japanese people prefer them to be easier. And it just kind of spawned this special edition where they kind of like misprinted it, made hard normal, and then they just kind of hard normal, like normal easy. So the difficulties that you play are technically 1 up. So if you play normal in the original, it should be hard mode, and that kind of stuff. So they basically made a special edition where it's toned down to be the right difficulty. The bosses are way easier. It's much more of a enjoyable experience, but not saying that hard games aren't enjoyable. I like Dark Souls, but I started playing it recently, and I can definitely tell you that it is a lot harder than the special edition. So yeah, I got that for like $10. Super happy about that. I just picked up Pac-Man World 2 for the PS2. No real reason on that besides it looks really fun. I'm going to pick up Outriders for the PS5. It's gonna be a bit of a hard one to get, I've heard. A couple of the places are just sold out of the hard copies for PS5, so I'm gonna be hunting for that one. Recently, I also picked up Persona 5 Strikers, and just a lot of newer games that came out, newer releases. Yeah, I picked up some PS Vita games too recently. I'm thinking about buying Persona 3 Dancing, even though I haven't played normal Persona 3. So let me know in the comments if that's a smart financial decision or not. I don't know if the lore plays too big of a fact in it. I know Persona 5 it doesn't really, except for the little cutscenes that they have. And Persona 4 I'm probably going to get to Persona 4 Dancing. But, before the Vita store closes down. So let me know in the comments any PS Vita games or PSP or PS3 games that I should get before the store closes down for good. Because I'm looking at some games right now, and I noticed that Crisis Core from Final Fantasy, that's not on there for some reason. Yeah, a lot of copyrighted games just aren't on the PS Vita. I don't know why. I guess they're like, different copyright issues. That's why they're copyrighted, but just a lot of overall stuff missing from the Vita store, I guess you could say, that I would want to pick up. But yeah, let me know if there's any games that are on the Vita that are hard to find, or anything that's really fun but it's underrated, that are digital only, or whatever it may be, because I'm a physical collector. I don't mind buying games physical, and I usually prefer it. But since the store is closing down, I figured I might as well pick up some more digital stuff like DLC and all that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the game side of things for what stuck out to me. I recently started Death Note again, my rewatch. This time, I don't even know how long it was ago. I started watching Death Note like a while ago. I finished it. I really liked it. It was really good. It was probably over 2 years ago now. I don't even know when it was. But I recently started rewatching it, and it's really good. It's, I mean, obviously it's Death Note. I'm gonna be making a couple videos about that soon. Maybe even like 5 or 6 videos on it, just because of how much I love the series and how much all the characters mean to me and everything like that. I'm really excited to be going back to Death Note. It's a wild ride, but you know, after you know everything that happens, it's kind of a little not as fun because again, you know everything that happens. So I think that's one thing that just kind of ruins Death Note on the rewatch. But other than that, the series is still amazing in every way. The OST is great, characters are great. Everything about that show is amazing. It is a true masterpiece. If you haven't watched Death Note, go check it out. I've plugged it a couple times on this channel. I don't know how many, but probably at least over 5. I know I did it in my anime starter guide, but yeah. Another anime that I started watching recently, or came back to I guess, is Hunter x Hunter. I watched a bit of it a while ago, but then I just stopped and I fell off of it. And now I'm just rewatching from the start because I don't really remember that much. It must have been like a while ago because I don't really like. I remember basic plot stuff, but nothing like in detail. And that's the same reason why I watched Blue Exorcist, and the same reason why I'm going to be rewatching Death Note is I want to know every little detail so I can make a video on it. Oh, also, yeah, let's not forget that I've been, you know, keeping up with Attack on Titan recently, Jujutsu Kaisen. I gave up on Skate, but I will finish it. I don't have a problem with finishing it. I don't even know why I haven't been watching it. Anything that's been going on recently with, Dr. Stone. I recently made a video about that. It's probably in the description. Go check it out. Anything that's been coming out recently, I've been watching. There hasn't been too much that I've been skipping out on with recent releases. I haven't started Wonder Egg Priority. I know, big shock, right? It's been one of the biggest animes this year, and I haven't started it. But as you may know, this year is loaded and jam-packed with a bunch of very good anime. Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan, Black Clover's ending. There's just a lot of stuff that's going on in the anime community right now, and to put it simply, I don't have the time for it with between YouTube and all this stuff. But yeah, I'm definitely going to check out Wonder Egg Priority. Don't worry about that. I'm going to be checking out a lot of the other newer anime that I've recently missed out on and skipped or whatever it may be. I'm going to probably go back and watch it. I don't really have an issue with watching anything. I use the 3-episode rule. I can't remember where I found that rule, but it is actually helpful because any anime that I like for 3 episodes, I would usually like all the way through. And any anime that I dislike for 3 episodes, I usually would not like all the way through. So I'm going to start giving anime that treatment instead of how I just kind of, if it interests me in the peak, I don't know, first episode, then yeah, I'll watch it. But I don't know how I got through JoJo's by doing that because all of part 1 is extremely boring. But I did it, and JoJo's is my favorite anime, so I'm probably gonna look up stuff too if it's like JoJo's and it's split into parts. You know, if part 1 is bad or whatever, because part 2 does pick up all that other stuff, and I hate missing out on really good anime that are just not that good at the start, and then they pick up and they get really good. I think that's something that sucks about anime, but is also really good, is if you really like finding good anime, you sometimes have to go through the process of the first half of the season or whatever, but then it does pick up, gets better, whatever. I think that's a part of the process that actually is like a natural gatekeeping of the series, which I really like. Instead of something like getting toxic fan bases, I think that something like My Hero is caused by just being alright at the start, and then you already know my opinion on My Hero. It's not a top tier anime in my opinion. It's just overall oversaturated. It's kind of a garbage anime in my opinion. So yeah, moving on from that, not too much else that I've gotten or watched or consumed or anything this past month. Overall, I've been keeping up with recent animes and doing everything like that, just overall enjoying the current stuff that's coming out. Let me know if there's any anime that I haven't seen that I haven't talked about that you want me to talk about, anything JoJo related that you want me to talk about. Next video is going to be about Heaven's Door or Killer Queen or one of those stands. or something like that. Something JoJo related. I haven't done anything JoJo related in a while, which kind of sucks because I am a JoJo oriented channel. So I'm just going to be going back to the JoJo videos in a couple of days. So yeah, let me know if there's anything you want to see for that specifically, and I'll see you next time.